episode of Simmerin Simmons. I'm glad all you guys tuned in. Today we're going to be doing mac and cheese. Now, I'm not a mac and cheese purist by any stretch of the imagination, but I love it, and I think you love it. I think everybody loves it. I'll eat the stuff with the powder out of the box. I'll eat the shells of cheese with the gooey stuff. It's all good. But today we're going to do it from scratch, kind of. We're not going to make the pasta from scratch, but everything else we're going to, have some love on it. So we got some boiling water back here. I didn't make you guys wait on that because it'd be trifling. First thing you want to do with your water is you want to salt it. I don't want to ever see you put oil in your water. Oil in your water doesn't work. 3 reasons. Oil and water don't mix. Second reason, okay, so say there's a little blob of oil in there, it gets on the pasta a little bit, so you get one little piece of pasta that's got some grease on it, and the stuff's not going to stick to it. Third reason, you're wasting good oil. So please don't oil your water. It doesn't work. What you do want to do is you want to salt. Kind of up to you. Somebody will say a tablespoon. That's not going to be enough. Maybe a 1/4 cup. My thing with salt is you'll figure it out. If you start going crazy with it, then you learn. Maybe not so much next time. But salt is really the first chance that you get to actually season the pasta, and that's going to go a long way with making sure your mac and cheese tastes great. So, while we got our water happening here with some salt, I'm going to make sure we get a spoon. So you're saying, hey, I use oil so my pasta doesn't stick together. Well, you can also just use a spoon and stir it. That'll work fine. While we're waiting for that to get boiled again, we've got a 1/2 stick of butter here. So to make our nice little sauce, we want to do a roux. Get some butter in there. I got a Dutch oven that I'm going to make this in. I'm going to make the roux and the sauce in here, and then I'm also going to just cook the mac and cheese in this Dutch oven. You could put it in a 9x13 or one of them disposable foil pans if you're taking it to the family function or whatever. But you want to get this butter melted, and we're going to make a roux. See if you can see that. Yeah, we're going to make a roux, and it's usually equal parts butter to flour. I usually just start with a 1/2 stick of butter, and then I add flour until I get the consistency I like. I don't usually measure a whole lot of that stuff. This is unsalted butter. It doesn't really matter. It's just whatever you have. If you want to add a little salt to it, add a little salt to it. Again, you'll find out real quick with salt if you go too far. So my pasta here is rolling, but it's close. So we're going to go ahead and, on the water, we're going to get this pasta in this water. And because we're going to bake this too, it's like you don't have to really cook the pasta to death, man. Like 6 minutes, 5 minutes even. Hell, I'll make lasagna. We won't even boil it. We'll just put it in there. While we're getting this all set up here, I do have so mac and cheese is just that. I use these jumbo elbows. I don't know if you can see that. The jumbo ones. You can use the little ones, but the thing is, it's got to be macaroni, okay? I don't know what happened with these restaurants, and you go and you get all excited, and they got mac and cheese on the menu, and they come out with some penne, all right? So that's penne and cheese. It's not mac and cheese, all right? So stop calling it that. It's embarrassing. Truffles and all. No, just make some mac and cheese or call it something else. All right, so now we're going to get a little flour in here. And you're kind of just looking for this to be, you can add a little bit at a time. And if you go too crazy, if it gets too thick, you just put a little more butter in there. Just relax. It's fine. Not to be afraid of it. You don't need to write every little bit of something down. Just you can see how that kind of gets a little creaminess to it. Okay, you see there, it's getting a little thick. So that right now we know we've got enough. You can see how it's kind of getting kind of gooey, pasty, right? We know we got enough. You don't want to do too crazy. And so I'm a big fan of also make sure we stir that pasta. We don't want to stick it together. And I don't have a timer on that. I mean, at the end of the day, it's relative. 6 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. So you get this thick. We got some heavy cream here. If you have milk, you can use that. I want you to use cream though, or 1/2 and 1/2. Tip: if you're making the box stuff, it's just the powdered stuff, man. Put 1/2 and 1/2 in it, or cream. Man, so much better. Maybe throw you a Kraft American single, some of that processed cheese. Just throw that in there on that. Makes it nice. So I started with a cup of cream. Right, it was a 1/2 stick of butter. There's a cup of cream in there. You know, maybe there's a, I don't know, half a cup of flour. You can kind of see how it works out. You want it to get, all right, so see, right there, that's pretty thick, right? So right there, that tells me we are definitely going to need a little more liquid, right? And again, you know, you can eyeball it. You can start a little at a time if you want. Put some in there. Stir our pasta a little bit more again. You know, just so it doesn't stick. All glumpy. Alright, so this is looking alright. Alright, so here's what it's going to come down to. It's like a half stick of butter, almost 2 cups of this cream. Almost 2 cups, maybe 2 cups. What we're going to do too is when we strain off some of this pasta, we're going to save some of this starchy water. And we can add that starchy water in there to thin it out a little bit if we need. So now that we have, you know, a little, kind of looks like porridge or cream of wheat a little bit, you know, got kind of that going on. We're going to take this whole, it's an 8-ounce block of cream cheese, just the square cream cheese. You can buy the generic brand, it doesn't matter. Put that in there. And I am a big fan of pepper, so I'm going to put pepper in mine. You don't have to put pepper in yours, but you know, you should. You got to remember, when you're making stuff, it's not just for you to eat. Other people like stuff you don't like. You don't have to go crazy with it, but you want to put some in there. I also like to use a little mustard in mine. Now, sometimes I use Dijon or whatever's in the fridge. I happen to have some stone ground mustard today. Stone ground. And just put that in there. Gives a little zing. A little zing zanger. Put that in there like that. And so now we've got our flour, our butter, our heavy cream, our cream cheese, our mustard. Everything's in there just jiving. It's going to be delicious. This pasta's getting close to it, boy, let me tell you. There's one thing. A couple more minutes and I'll pull that out. That's one thing. I'll say this, a lot of people, you know, they get scared about cooking because they don't get all their ingredients out at once. Not to say I always do that, but it helps if you get freaked out. And they, you know, they get their timing off, right? So they get all panicked and, you know, they go try to do something or answer the phone or go downstairs and change the laundry or whatever. I mean, if you get some skills, you can get that together, but you kind of just want to stay at the kitchen, you know? Don't go walking away. As soon as you turn your back, you think you got it. You got a little something burning or whatever, and then it, you know, it just sets you up to maybe not be as successful as you'd like. So this sauce, we're just basically going to let this cream cheese just kind of melt and get all gooey in there with the rest of it. So I have Munster cheese. Now, so Munster cheese is my preferred cheese to make my base with my mac and cheese. I think it's nice and mild, it's creamy, it melts right, but you know, hey, put whatever cheese you want in there. My brother likes it when I do my Swiss mac. You cut up little pieces of ham and put that in there. You can caramelize some onions. I got a little jalapenos. I'm not going to put this in here, but I'm going to put it on mine as a garnish when it's done because I like it spicy. I also like to get a different kind of cheese. It's a cheddar or whatever. This happens to be a mac and cheese blend that I just happened to find at the store the other day, and it's got some processed American, some cheddar, and I know some of y'all are freaking out about processed cheese. Whatever, get your own shit. Processed American, there's some Swiss in there, and some cheddar. We're going to mingle some of that in, but we're also going to put it on the top. You know, we're going to put it on the top and let it get all melty. And that's going to be delicious. Now, also, you can go either way. Sometimes people will make this and they'll put some breadcrumbs on it or they won't. You know, I might have some breadcrumbs around here. I might put breadcrumbs on mine. I might not. I do either way. It's just preference. It's crunchy. It looks good. All right. So we're getting close on this this cheese melting. I can go with just a little bit more viscosity. So that's what we saved this water for. I sure do appreciate y'all tuning in. I've always wanted to do this. I don't know how this first one's turning out, but there's no turning back now. I mean, I'm not going to make mac and cheese again, so this is going to have to be the one. You know, I got hungry people downstairs ready to take a hand off of me, so we got to get it done. Oh, see, that's nice. See, yeah, see, we saved that water, and that's nice. It's like nice and creamy looking now. That's going to be good. Maybe even a little bit more. And that's a whole 1 pound box of that mac noodles. You know, honestly, I kind of went for it a little bit here. Made a whole lot of roux, so I could maybe even get a box and a half out of this. But this will just be extra creamy, extra cheesy. And I don't think anybody's ever going to complain about that. What you don't want is some dry, gross pasta, right? I mean, nobody's going to be like, it's got too much cream in it. Like, that's not going to happen. But you don't want it gross. You don't want it all crispy. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Good God. All right, so now we're going to take these. Now, so this comes in a block, right? Just cut it into little cubes. You eat 1 or 2 of them while you do it. That's good. And I'll just put that right in there. You don't have to worry about layering it or how you arrange it or whatever. It's going up. You don't have to care. I've got my oven, and I just happen to be using a convection oven today. You don't have to have a convection oven, but I like it because the heat kind of gets all around everything real nice. And I've got that set to 350. So I'm going to get this all mixed up. Right? Look at that. And you don't have to worry about all the hunks of that cheese melting right now. That'll be fine. Because you know, it's cooking while it's up on the stove top anyway, so you don't have to worry about melting it all because it'll melt in the oven. Right, so we got all that cheese in there. We got the cream cheese and the cream. Then what we're going to do, we're going to take some of that blend that we talked about. I'm just going to cover the top of it. I'm just going to put it all. This is an 8-ounce packet. I mean, you can go crazy. Put 2 cups on there. I don't care. Again, it's not science. It's just mac and cheese, man. It's just, you know what? Why don't we put some breadcrumbs on there? Why don't we do it? Just because we can. I don't know how many I got. A lot of times I make my own breadcrumbs. I think these are, I save the containers. I think this is just store-bought. But man, you can let old bread go stale. Like some people bring over like rolls or whatever for Christmas, and I got a bag up there that says Hawaiian rolls. You just let them go stale. I mean, you let them get rock hard, just run them through a food processor. Breadcrumbs, old bagels, everything bagels, man. That makes a great breadcrumb. Yeah, so we got all that in there. We got the breadcrumbs on top. Got the cheese on it. We're gonna stick this in a 350-degree oven. We're gonna come back in 45 minutes and pull the top off of that. Okay, it's been 45 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and see what this guy looks like. Oh, look at that. Look at that, people. Look at that goodness. Look at that. All right, so when you take this out, it's going to be molten. It'd be a good idea to let it cool for 10-15 minutes. But for the sake of TV, see here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Some mac and cheese. Take a little jalapenos for mine. Sprinkle it on there. And that's it. Mac and cheese. Stay tuned for the next episode of Simmerin Simmons. Thanks.